So the first module in our Mystic program, mindfulness-based interspiritual facilitation and training, is called An Introduction to Mindfulness, Meditation and Contemplation, or sometimes called Insight Meditation. Um, and putting those different practices, mindfulness practices, more formal meditation practices, and contemplation practices, putting them in different contexts, we develop a model. So the different contexts would be, say, for personal development, would be for psychological context, spiritual or religious contexts. And therefore, when we do that, we end up with a model that we can use for teaching or facilitating these practices in any contexts, along with, more importantly, the language that's appropriate to that context as well. So we begin to explore what it means to do mindfulness practices or meditation, contemplation practices. We also look at these then in terms of personal development, but more than deepening them into connecting with oneness and the mystical side of them. So our model then will become apparent in the first module, where each student will be invited to not only develop but experience the practices and what they look like and how they might change or interact depending on the context they're in. That may be a philosophical tradition, it may be a psychological one, it may even be a secular one, or perhaps a particular religious tradition. So the wrapping then that goes around the practices comes from the context, and I think it's a really interesting and important exploration and a good starting point for our journey together.